Hello there and welcome to No Man's Land, although it doesn't look like it right now. We are just at the farm supply store, getting our bulk seed, fertiliser, liquid fertiliser, herbicide, and then we're heading out to our plot of land in No Man's Land, living off grid, starting a farm from scratch basically. We've just got a small field, so I'll show you around this place because this place isn't on the map. I built this with assets that come with the map and some others I downloaded. I did that because I didn't really like the only building on the map, the store, that's up that way. Thought I'd make something that I preferred the look of. So this is our farm supply store. And then across the way we've got a lumber mill and spinnery over there, which we'll be coming back to anyway because I've a tractor to pick up from there. So I'm going to try and do the same as my other Farm Sim series and sort of roleplay, but break out of it now and then to talk about the game and other things. Like the awful building down there that I don't like, that we'll never see. From this point on it'll never be spoke of. So we're going to head into our Chevy. And the straps don't like to play on this gooseneck trailer, so we'll just drive carefully back to the farm and I'll show you what we're getting up to. It's about a 2-hour drive on mostly dirt roads, so I will see you when we're there. Here we are now, just on the approach road to our farm, if you can call it that. Homestead, I suppose, is what it might be better referred to as. I'm going to park up here and I'll give you a tour. So we've got a very small cow barn. We've built this new shed here, which is where we're going to store our supplies. We've got a bale shed over here. When we do start with the bales. This cow barn doesn't come on the map. I placed that. Likewise this shed. And we've got our truck, our telehandler. Got another shed to be built to hold the machinery in because we just don't have space for it all. Got a nice little lake over here. We're fishing outpost, don't know what to call it, and a hunting lookout that faces trees, so it's not a lot of good. Got a water tower, wood chipper over here. I swapped the original silos that were in the game for these ones, so we'll have to get some augers to be able to use those. I just like them better. Little machine shed, got a old sprayer there. We'll have to drag out the bushes, see if we can get it to work. This is where we do all our fixing. Got a new weight over here. Tested out some spray paint on it that we're probably going to use on the Ford in the end, because it's in pretty good shape, otherwise just needs new paint. This is the only field at the moment. This is the only field on the map. I did start ploughing it with a tiny plough before I headed out to the farm supply store this morning, and then packed in for the day to get out to the store whilst we had chance, and also because we have to make trips today anyway to go and get the John Deere as well that we're picking up. This is a very old Massey Ferguson 698, and this is the tiny plough we use with this. And then this shed comes on the map, and our home as well, and an outhouse. So as you can see, the shed's not very big, that's why we're putting up 2 others, because otherwise we're shuffling stuff around. And our very simple house, just the essentials. I think it's better to not bath than bath in that bath. and the outhouse, see if the door opens. There we go. Gross. Sound of flies as well. We'll probably build a new house as well. Maybe on here is what I'm thinking. We have some land behind these trees. If I bring up the map, you'll see what I own on the map. But what we're going to say is within this road is the land we own north of the lake. So we'll put in a couple of extra fields. We'll be able to do some forestry as well. I brought my chainsaw out on cue, even though I didn't intend to. So I'm going to grab the Ford, get it started up. Does still need a bit of work doing to it on its engine and general maintenance, but we've got it running. It's got over 6,000 hours on it, so it's in its fair share of work, but it's still doing a good job. We'll get this stuff unloaded. Got 2 pallets of corn seeds, 2 pallets of wheat seeds, and then we'll probably go for soybeans as well, maybe. I think what I'll do is bring up the terrain slightly as well to hide the rest of this floor that I don't really like the look of. At some point. Excuse me. I might not be able to do that when I get the seeds in there anyway, so it might have to wait. Oops. So I will put a cut in now. I'll get this unloaded. So there we go, all sorted. Everything put away in the shed. What we will do is show you this, which opens. It's just called Old Cow Barn or something, I think. But yeah, this is it on the inside, nice and basic. I thought it fit well with the map and the vibe of the farm. Got a bucket in there. And we will take a tour around the back of the trees to the rest of our land, and then we'll head back to pick up this John Deere. We can just squeeze through. There is a small trodden down path through here. There's quite a big hill, so that's probably not going to be much good for turning into arable land. But we do on the left have this nice flat area. And if we follow this road to the right, everything on our right hand side now is ours. And the map is empty, other than that small bit of farm, which doesn't exist if you're not on new farmer mode. So this bit here, if we take down those trees, we'll also be able to have a good sort of space of arable farmland. Alright. So I'll drive us to the... I can't even see the road when I'm in here. Here we go. There it is. So I'll drive us to the wood... what would you call it? Lumber mill. That's what it's called. I'll drive us there. And we will pick up the John Deere. So I'll see you in a mo. So here we are back in Civilization, and I think I've done a pretty good job building these areas just with placeables, if I do say so myself. So they do know we're coming. We've already paid for it, so they said just grab it when we're ready. Apart from there's a floating container there. We'll turn a blind eye to that. So here is our John Deere 4955. And it starts, so we know we've not blown our money. Get it on the trailer. There we go, looks good to me. Probably use this guy for most of our ploughing and heavier work. He's about 200 horsepower, and our other tractors aren't. The Ford is about 100 and the Massey Ferguson I think is about 75. So he'll do our heavy lifting for us out in the field. And get him back to the farm. So we've a continuity issue to address. You'll notice we've a different tractor now. Or was it the tractor we had all along? I should have really tested it first, but that other John Deere, which I will show you, I was having a problem with. If I can get it sorted, I will swap it back in. Here he is. It's the John Deere for, I think it's listed as like John Deere old 4 XXXX. Different engine setups you can go through. In the 4000 range, but every time I seem to drive it, it drives off and the camera stays still, and I don't know what's causing it or why it would do that, and it seemed fine before, but I should have messed about with it more to see. So if I can figure out what the deal is, I'll swap it back in, but in the meantime we've got this, which is a very nice model as well. I just wanted one that looked older, and he's a bit of a lower horsepower range. So we've swapped him in, and he does work, and it doesn't drive off as I stay still with the camera. So we'll get this field finished, and I'll start it up, and it actually sounds great. I'll be quiet whilst I do that. Of course my game noise really depends on whether you can even hear it that well at all anyway, but it does sound great. It sounds like an old tractor, like it is doing some work. So let's get this field finished, and then we'll call it a day. And then it'll be time to figure out what to do next. Start marking out some more fields, choosing some more plots of land to turn into arable land. Can get some cows down here as well. We are going to have to, we've got a few more purchases we'll need to make. We're going to need a trailer to bring cattle in. We'll probably do beef cattle. And maybe we'll look at setting up an area for sheep as well, because I did put a spinnery on the map for that reason. I'm using a Montana Geo, so we'll have weather typical of Montana. I just missed a bit there. Oops. and we've got 12-day seasons. So one in-game day is almost like a week. 3 months to a season. Sort of it's pretty accurate, isn't it? And I will probably carry on with my other videos on Nebraska lands as well. I do really like that map. I just needed a change because I'd played it so much. I'd played it, recording it, and played it myself as well. And it's a great map for giant machinery and big American machinery, big American tractors and things like that. But it's also very flat, so it's nice to have a map with some variety. Bit more to look at whilst you're doing things. And I probably set myself up with too much of a difficult challenge, just because the map's so big in terms of money and managing time. You know, it takes a long time to do anything on a field of 50 odd acres, whereas this little field done in no time, even with a tiny plough. Although I will probably in the future get rid of this, I imagine, rid of this little field, and expand the yard this way. We don't want to expand down the road. And if you expand too far down that road, you'll be able to see the farm supply store I built. I tried to keep it hidden, and the sawmill, which sort of ruins the illusion that we're a 2-hour drive away in the middle of nowhere, living off grid. Well, not really living off grid, but homesteading, I suppose you'd call it. Get these last little bits of mist. There's another patch of weeds down the bottom here, wasn't there, that I missed? No, I must have got it, didn't even remember. Well, there we go. We'll call that done. Happy with that. So thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Next time you see me, hopefully we'll have that machine shed built. And then we can get this mess of machinery organised and look at getting some more fields made and some crops in the ground. So have a good one. I'll see you next time.